Well, hello everyone, and welcome to yet another installment of Meet the Musicians from the ISO. My name is Mark Thielen, Music Director, and I am pleased tonight, at least it is night when we're doing this, is introduce you to Mr. Mark Huntington. He's one of our trumpet players in our trumpet section, and he's been with the ISO how long, Mark, you know?
It's got to be 12, 13, 14 years probably.
Yeah, I think at least that long.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
he's a great guy. He's interesting to talk to. He's funny. He's great personality. And so I was talking to him earlier. And so how has this virus affected you, Mark?
Well, number one, what day is it?
Exactly.
I can never remember what day it is, man. Missed the trash last Friday night. Last Friday we missed the trash.
Okay.
I got to put it in my schedule, take out the trash now, but it's Mary's working at home. I'm working at home. We have some rentals, so I have to go out once in a while and fix things. Go into Lowe's with my mask, but no one else has any mask on. Just, a lot of folks aren't taking it serious, I think, but everything's fine. We're all healthy. I think I might have had the virus about a month and a half ago. I came down with the fever. I went to a flying function with my remote control airplanes that I have. If I told you it. I had this really big airplane. It's great for air shows. And this guy, I met some guy from Puerto Rico. And it was right after that this air shows, all these universities from all over the country, from other countries and stuff were there. And I was pretty sick about a little over a month. It went to my lungs, but you couldn't get a test, so I have no idea if I had it or not. But,
So how long have you been into remote control airplanes?
oh gosh, probably, don't ask my wife how many planes I even have, but probably about 8 or 10 years probably.
And what got you started in that?
A friend of mine in San Diego, before I moved out here, got me kind of into it, and I stopped doing it. And then the technology changed. Mary bought me a plane for my birthday one year and started flying it at my church. And before you know it, I got, oh gosh, a couple of jets, electric jets. I got my biggest plane's 106-inch wingspan with 120cc engine, really big plane, got smoke, all that good stuff.
So are they all electric?
Some are electric, some are gas, different size gas planes and stuff.
Now, do the gas ones last longer well, you don't have to charge it, but do they last?
Yeah, the gas, you just fill it up and go again. You still have batteries in there to run your servos and stuff. And electric planes, like the electric jets, they don't last more than 2.5 minutes. But they go about 120 miles an hour, 130.
Yeah, when we were shopping for Christmas, Lauren, who's going to, by the way, she's my youngest and she's graduating. Actually, we're going to see her get commissioned for the Army Monday. And she was always one that we always used to buy these little toy helicopters for. Some kind of remote control. They were really cheap. So we decided, well, I bet she would still like one. And so we went to a hobby shop and, number one, you can spend a lot of money.
Yeah, you can, yeah.
And just kind of one of the simplest ones. And when the guy started telling us what it takes to control at least a helicopter, maybe not. So she never did get the helicopter.
Technology now,
controls and things. I mean, just like literally flying, I guess, a real one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, and there's a big following for that kind of stuff, isn't there? Have you been to the place in South Lakeland?
I belong to that club. Yeah.
Okay. All right. How many people are there? How often do you meet?
They're there every day. They have meetings once a month there. I haven't been flying there that much lately. Just kind of been more into other things, but yeah, I haven't been. They still invite me out to do demonstrations. They had that Plant City Planes, Trains, and Automobile show.
Right.
About a month ago, I went out there and did some flight demonstration. I can take a plane and take off and snap roll. I can take the plane and hover it like a helicopter, back and back down, touch the tail, and do all these fancy tricks and stuff. But I practice on the simulator. Any plane you can buy, you can fly on the simulator on the computer. So it helps you to not break your airplanes. You can crash on the simulator.
Okay, well let's move from airplanes to trumpet.
Yeah.
So when did you start the trumpet?
Oh gosh, middle school. Yeah, I could play.
Grade or 7th grade or what?
They had a thing in, I think it was 6th grade or 5th grade. They had 3 weeks of 3 different instruments. One was the violin, and I could do that fine. The second week was clarinet, could do that fine. The third one was trumpet. I couldn't do it at all until the very last day. I got a note, and I was so excited. I went home and told my mom, "That's what I want to play."
Wow.
The one I couldn't play.
And so you went from middle school, then where'd you go to middle school? Where are you from, by the way?
Actually, I grew up in San Diego.
Okay.
Yeah. I went to La Presa, like a middle school. They call it junior high school back then.
Right.
And then I went right to Mount McGill High School. And actually, our school back then, the marching bands we were a big school, big band, 140, 160 in the marching band with all the girls behind us and the pro in their capes. We were the Mount McGill Marching Matadors. And we actually won the competition for all California, met at Long Beach every year for a competition to go to the Rose Parade. We actually won it my sophomore year and my senior year, went to the Rose Parade twice. So that was kind of fun, you know.
Now, I don't know how far you were, but would schools like obviously UCLA, USC really influence the band programs?
Yes. Yeah, I went there and met with the band directors and stuff, and it was really exciting to see all those college kids play and stuff. It was a neat experience.
Right. Because I'm a golfer, I look at the weather a lot, and I look at San Diego and just salivate. Like every day, the high is 68, the low is 62.
Yeah.
And it's sunny, and the weather is great there. It's a
great place for a convertible. It doesn't rain from, April through September. It doesn't rain. So
yeah, it's amazing. So did you play trumpet in college?
I actually had a scholarship to go to San Diego State, but I didn't have much guidance. I actually followed my friends and went to Grossmont College and took criminology.
Okay.
So that was kind of the end of my trumpet days and I kind of laid it down for 13 years. And I picked it up probably when I was 32 years old here at Victory Church. One day they had a thing, if you have a gift, you should do it. And I knew I really didn't want to park cars. So I thought, well, I could pull my trumpet out, and I kind of fell in love with it all over again. I played third chair, worked my way up to first. I took lessons from Paul Butcher, Paul, for about 3 or 4 years every week every week I took a lesson from him.
Right.
And just practiced every day. And I still practice every day. Got a bunch of different horns now, and I love playing.
And you're still, mentioned Victory, you're still very active there.
Yep, we still have an orchestra.
Church orchestra, yeah.
Yep, not as big as the ISO, but still it's a pretty good group.
Good. So how different is it playing at church than with us?
Number one, it's a big church, holds like 3,000. They got us mic'd, but the mics aren't always turned up. You're not as exposed. And the Imperial Symphony sitting on that stage, I get so nervous. I can play at Victory in front of 3,000 people and not be nervous. That Imperial Symphony, when you're on stage like that, you're very exposed, one on a part. It's a little bit nerve-wracking. It really is. I love it though. It's just
now what he's talking about, and we'll talk to the people listening today, is that in an orchestra you have the string section, and you can have as many as 18 first violins, and they're all playing the same part. So they have support with their parts. But when you get into the wind section, and it doesn't matter what wind player you are basically playing your own part that's unique. And sometimes you double with the section will be playing the same stuff, but I tell you what, you're alone out there, and sometimes you feel it. So there's a lot of exposure in the wind players, and I think, even though I'm a string player, there's a lot more heat on the wind players in an orchestra because of that. And if you played in bands, you might be one of, if your band was big, maybe one of 15 trumpets, and so you feel a sense of security. But when you're sitting out there, sometimes you feel like you're on that island, and so.
But it's a neat feeling to be on that stage, and one on a part is really, really clean. There's other groups in town, like you said, there'll be 7 first trumpets, 7 second. I don't want any part of that. It's just loud. No one's going to hear you. You have to be heard, and you're going to be heard. You got to be on your toes and do a good job.
Right. And I'm one, and he's heard over. Well, if he's been with the orchestra for 14 years, more third trumpet.
Yeah.
There
was more second trumpet.
Right.
Now it's back to more third trumpet.
More third trumpet. Because often they'll have an octave lower than the first trumpet. And believe it or not, the people playing the lower octave have to play louder to support the upper octave. So, so we appreciate, Mark brings a lot to the orchestra, and we're glad. I'm glad I've got to know him over the years, and we have a lot of great conversations before and after rehearsals. And so we appreciate everything you do for the orchestra, Mark. And right after this interview, we're gonna tag of something that Mark has played and prepared for us, and we look forward to hearing that. So anything else you'd like to add?
Just that I'm getting bored and I'm gaining weight. So maybe our first concert, can we just wear sweatpants instead of the tuxedo? I'm not sure it's going to fit.
A sweat tuxedo, maybe.
We can all show up in sweatpants.
Actually, some have suggested to get a crowd. We offer free testing, free corona testing
There you
with
go.
every ticket.
Yeah.
Who knows? Well,
Yeah.
Mark, thank you so much, and we look forward to hearing you play right after this interview.
Yeah.
And thank you again for joining us for Meet the Musicians. And thanks, Mark Huntington. It's a pleasure to see you, my friend.
Pleasure to see you too.
All right, have a great night. Bye-bye.
Bye.